Three, two, one. Hey, it's Wild Josh from Geek Cetera, and I am joined tonight by Chase, Ezra, and a big round of applause to welcome back Kyle, who's been away. Yay! It's so nice to have him back with us. And now for our topic. For several phases now, we've had Thanos in the MCU as our big bad guy. Before that, we had Ultron. But now though he was kind of a big bad guy, I guess. I don't know. There were some other big bad guys. But anyways, they're all dead. And now where are we going next? So we thought we would ask that question, sit down, discuss who we think the next MCU big baddie is and what possibilities there could be. Now let's get geeky. So I came up with a smallish list that I can talk of possibilities, but I have one in particular, and I think we may have in the past mentioned some of our ideas, but we've never really spent the whole video talking about it. So my list is Kang. I think it's Kang the Conqueror, who has kind of an interesting backstory as he's the father of Reed Richards, who is the guy from Fantastic Four, like the leader of Fantastic Four, right? His name's Reed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So somehow I don't read the whole backstory, but somehow his father became a bad dude through science experiments. Is usually what it is.
Kang the
And
Conqueror.
yeah, and he doesn't look like a human, so I don't know how he's his dad, but he's his dad. Then one of the other ones that I have is a more common, and I thought this would apply because of the fact that the MCU now has the rights to X-Men, and that's Magneto. We haven't got an MCU Magneto yet. We've only gotten the Fox one. So if they tried to bring in the X-Men into the universe, maybe they could do something with Magneto. This next one I have is Evolutionary. I've never heard of this guy, but he's wicked powerful. He's got like godlike abilities. He was an accident in the lab again. Um, he could basically mess with like evolution and stuff. Like, so he could take you and like create you into a being that he wanted, like a monster or something. He could do that with animals, anything living. It was kind of an interesting character. Um, Doctor Doom would be the other one. I would have to tie in with Fantastic Four, obviously. But if they were going to dive into the Fantastic Four universe in that realm, now that they own the rights, they could do something with Doctor Doom. He was the big bad guy, and they could be doing some neat stuff with him. But my favorite is Galactus. Um, he would devour worlds. He was probably the most powerful bad guy next to Thanos that I could think of, anyways. But if you're really into Marvel, you might be able to think of someone even bigger. Like Ego is big too, but they already used Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So I like Galactus. But what do you guys think?
It's just interesting. Like, I mean, how do you go up from Thanos? I feel
I
like the
know.
only answer is Galactus. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's tough. I feel like it can go up. So doing like a Doctor Doom. I mean, I know he's a really powerful villain, but I just don't think he's as powerful as Thanos.
It's a short list of who's more powerful than Thanos.
And also, like the working theory is that they're going like cosmic, right?
Right.
Like everybody's powers is cosmic. Every
It seems like they're going cosmic, but also multiverse. So I'm like, is there one that's more tied towards the multiverse? I couldn't
multiverse.
come up with one.
Yeah, I know that's weird. I mean, I think Galactus is a pretty good bet.
So on this channel, we are big fans of the crazy wacky theory. So when I was thinking about this, I'm like, okay, what's the ultimate twist? And I decided that the WandaVision TV show that we're gonna get is going to see Wanda's mental state deteriorate to the point where she becomes the next MCU villain and tears the Avengers apart from the inside out.
Ooh.
I like this theory because
Is there background for that in the comics?
No, not that I know of.
no,
But
All right.
I
He's
like the
literally
idea of the
just-
thought that
Completely a new story.
she's if we're taking it that the WandaVision is like her coping inside of her head with the loss of vision, and that can drive, like they've used that for so many other bad guy things, as them driven crazy. So we know that she's one of the most powerful Avengers, and we haven't had like a, I don't want to say Hydra type thing, but I feel like there needs to be another internal conflict, and I think it'd be cool if the internal conflict wasn't solved by them coming back together again this time, like Civil War fighting Thanos. Like it didn't take it took that to bring Tony and Steve back together, but what if there wasn't kind of a coming back together, no reconciling? I don't know. Wacky
Yeah.
theories.
I don't.
I put no thought into it.
I don't mind it, and she is very powerful. Although, I feel like those that work for MCU have come out and said that she's very probably the most powerful superhero we've gotten so far.
Mhm.
Although that has not translated to what we've seen of her on the screen. I don't feel like. I feel like if
Technically,
you
Captain
take
Marvel.
what we've seen on the screen, Captain Marvel has been portrayed as the most powerful.
Mhm.
So,
I think Thor is, but that's just
You think he's been
I would agree.
portrayed as the most powerful though?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, the way she went through that ship in Captain Marvel, it was like, okay, she can basically take down Star Destroyers.
Thor took
Like,
the entire
second.
force of a star, though.
It'll kill you. Only if I die. Yes. That's what killing you means.
Yeah.
it's true.
Thor is so awesome.
Yeah,
Is this skinny Thor or fat Thor?
skinny
Both.
Thor.
Skinny.
No, Fat Thor is probably even better.
He's
Because
He
you're
drunk.
up one
absorb. He can absorb the blows a little better with the. extra weight.
He's the
He's
padding.
a little bit more grounded. Like
Yeah, it's like that character in My Hero. Kyle, you remember that blob-like character in My Hero? And he gets into a fight, and the guy's just like punching him. And by the end of the fight, he's like absorbed all that energy, and he's like ripped.
Oh, really? No, I don't remember.
In season 4, no.
that.
Oh,
wait,
I don't think I've seen season 4.
That's
Oh.
how he'll become skinny again.
Yeah.
He'll be punched away.
So, one of the storylines I'm hoping to see.
All right, I think I might know what you're talking about, and I was going to mention this, but go ahead.
No, now I want to hear you say it.
Secret Wars?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. How
We're
do
on
you
the same
know?
page tonight.
So
All right.
Secret Wars was the Skrulls, right?
No. So
They were?
Secret Wars was the Beyonder.
Oh, I did. I saw his name when I was doing my research today, and I didn't know anything about him.
So he was introduced in Secret Wars, where what he did was he brought a bunch of heroes from around the world. I don't think it was the galaxy. No,
Hmm.
no, it was because there were different planets involved. But he brought together all the superheroes and then all the villains together on one planet, and he took chunks out of each planet, like the city of Detroit, the city of New York, and just other chunks out of different planets, and brought them together and basically made the villains fight the heroes for dominance. So I think that's kind of cool. He's obviously a being of immense cosmic power, and he can control these events. And it's interesting because Doctor Doom was one who sought that power in that storyline, and actually I think he obtained it for a little bit. So having Doctor Doom in the Secret Wars would be cool, but I feel like Beyonder could be a very good overarching villain, and definitely that could be how we introduce other superheroes to the MCU. Like so one of the storylines that was a major storyline in Spider-Man was the symbiote suit, and in the original comics, Secret Wars was how Spider-Man obtained the symbiote, and that's how Venom was born, and also
really?
Spider-Woman. Yeah, yep. And then
So that was the original
yeah.
way? Like, it wasn't the whole Eddie Brock out in space kind of thing?
No, nope. It was the Secret Wars.
No, I didn't
So
know that.
that's what I'd like to see and who I'd like to see because I love the comic, and he would make a pretty good big bad because he's celestial, and they could make a few movies out of it, or maybe it would culminate in Secret Wars. Who knows?
Mm.
So it's interesting, and I don't know if you've ever like looked at the power grid on the Marvel wiki.
I haven't, but
It's very
now I'm going to.
It's very interesting. So every character has like a power grid, and it incorporates intelligence, strength, speed, durability, energy, protection, and fighting skills. And it gives them a rating 1 out of 7. And it's apparently from like the official handbook of Marvel Universe, which is like a book. And I don't know. So it's interesting. Like Thanos on the power grid, it has like a 6 in intelligence, 7 in strength, 7 in speed, 6 in durability, 6 in energy protection, and 4 in fighting skills.
Wow.
And I don't know if they follow this for the MCU, and I highly doubt they do because I feel like his fighting skills should be better. But anyway, just from comics alone, the Beyonder has 7 in all categories except for fighting skills. So it's just kind of that would be like next level, like one above Thanos, because apparently from the comics he is a way more powerful villain than Thanos. So that's
the Beyonder. Yeah.
interesting.
Where's Galactus?
Galactus. That's a good question. I can quickly figure that out. His is 7 everything except for fighting skills is 2.
So that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, so he's but technically still underneath the Beyonder because the Beyonder is a 7 everything except fighting skills is 6.
Oh.
So it's interesting.
Now I'm curious about Kang.
Yeah, look Kang up.
Kang the Conqueror.
So his intelligence is a 4, his strength is a 4, his speed is a 7, his durability is 5, his energy protection is 6, and his fighting skills are 4.
So he's not that good.
Not as powerful as Thanos, according to the comics handbook thing.
Right.
And Kang actually participated in Secret Wars in the original comic run.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's cool.
It's just interesting. Also, like, are we gonna get a what are they gonna do with the whole shape-shifting alien thing?
Skrulls.
Yeah, the Skrulls. Because I mean, those are definitely there. They exist, right?
I always thought the Skrulls were in Secret War, or had a part in Secret War. But
that's a different. It's like the Kree Skrull War or something like that,
okay.
or the Secret Invasion.
Okay, that's what it is. Secret Invasion. Huh. And in those they were kind of bad. So the Skrulls we have in the MCU are totally different. Excuse me, totally different.
Do we know that they're totally different?
Which honestly was kind of a welcome expectation
muted.
subverting thing.
Am I muted? No, I'm not.
You were.
I was not. I didn't touch anything. Anyway, are the Skrulls that we have in the MCU right now good? Because the only thing we see is them defending themselves against the Kree, who are known to be very bad people. And they got help from Captain Marvel, and so they're friendly towards Earthlings. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're good. They could always turn evil.
I guess we really got the majority of them in Captain Marvel, and in that one particular movie, they were kind of portrayed as the misunderstood good guy. Like you think they're bad the whole time, right? And then they kind of reveal, oh, they're not that bad. And that, but I guess they could always flop and go back the other way.
And they do help out Nick Fury in Far From Home.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to say they can't flop to their side.
Right.
I'm fine with them switching sides.
It would be another like shocker, like, hey, wait, I thought they were good, now they're bad. Like
maybe it was their plan all along, and now they have Nick Fury, who thinks he's safe aboard their ship, well, they get to run Shield from Earth and kind of do whatever they want.
Yeah, and like I mean, they are shapeshifters from outer space, so that's like a cosmic element. You know,
Yeah,
they're
for sure.
from outer space. But also like that would be an Avengers level threat. You know, if they started taking over half the population.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
also
true.
kind of the Hydra thing. If Shield is kind of torn apart from the inside.
Yeah.
Shield
think-
really isn't very good if they keep getting infiltrated.
Shield sucks. Let's be honest. Shield has been pretty useless.
I feel like though, with what we talked about in this video, we've got some pretty good ideas of where they could go. There are still some decent villains out there that they could dive into, and maybe they don't want to go right into a Beyonder or the Galactus. Can't get that right, but they could set up like we had Ultron before we had Thanos, who was not really a huge, like he was not as big of a baddie as Thanos
Yeah.
was, which spanned multiple movies, but he was a bad villain. So we could have some of these one-off villains before we get to our next big one, which could be a Galactus or
I think you can have
even
setup.
high evolutionary.
You can have setup villains, because like Loki was a setup villain for Thanos coming to Earth with the Chitauri.
Right. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So that's all I have. Anyone have anything else?
Nope, but I'm excited for
Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, me too. Let us know what you think in the comments section. Who do you think it will be or should be? Thanks for watching, and you should have gone for the head.
I am from beyond.